Hi, I made a video on YouTube before about Rabbi Usher, and then I deleted it because I kind of made up with Rabbi Usher, and I didn't want a bad video about him online since we became friends again. But I'm not going to make up with him again. And I think it's important that I warn converts about Rabbi Usher, potential converts, because I have experience with this, and I know Rabbi Usher pretty well. I've gone to tons of his classes, tons of his Zooms. I was in his converts WhatsApp group. And also, I have a very well recognized conversion, so I really think I'm really apt to advise people on this. So I want to tell people there's several issues with Rabbi Usher. First of all, his conversions are not accepted by anybody who's Orthodox, any Orthodox community, any Orthodox rabbis. As for conservative rabbis, I'm not sure if they would accept it or not. Maybe you could get it accepted by Reform or Reconstructionist rabbis. Maybe that would work. But I'm not sure if anything beyond that would work. Basically, with Rabbi Usher's conversion, you're not going to be able to get into an Orthodox community. Now, I know some people want to get his conversion just because they want to feel like they've done a conversion, like they've converted halakhically. There's a question whether how halakhic his conversions are. I guess you could argue they are. But basically, your conversion is not worth anything if you can't do anything with your conversion papers. Like, you don't live Judaism alone. You live it in a community. So if it's not worth getting into a community with, then you might as well just burn your papers, because who are you going to show them to? So it really doesn't really help you much. Another problem with Rabbi Usher is that a lot of his information that he's teaching is heresy. Like, he says he's against the Reform movement. Basically, he's doing similar to what the Reform movement is doing. He's like reforming Orthodoxy. He's teaching stuff that's not mainstream Orthodoxy that most Orthodox rabbis, well, actually probably all Orthodox rabbis, are against and would say are crazy beliefs. So he's doing his own reformation of Judaism. And if you're already involved with a conversion and you're tuning into Rabbi Usher's videos, the problem is if you're new at this and you're hearing this knowledge, you might not be able to decipher what's good and what's bad, and it could really confuse you. And then when you go in front of your Beis Din, you could start giving them the wrong answers, and that could be very, very dangerous. Another problem with Rabbi Usher is that he's sticking up for this Yochanan Avraham guy. And Yochanan Avraham is a horrible character who's been burning Qurans and says he's going to use Qurans for pee pads and for cutting boards, and he's already used one as a doormat. And the fact that he's advocating for this guy and making excuses for the guy, and the fact that this guy was a co-host of his show, is just disgusting. Besides the fact that Rabbi Usher's got his own disgusting Islamophobic, racist opinions, I'm sorry, but if I was going to convert again, and I can say this about my converting rabbis, I would want to convert with people who are good people, who are, have nice ethics, who I could say are like, ethical, good, moral individuals. I wouldn't want to say I converted with a bunch of racist, Islamophobic people who have nasty opinions about women. Like, I would just want to say that the people I converted with were like upstanding human beings. And I can say that about my converting rabbis. I can't say that about Rabbi Usher. So that's just something to think about, and also that conversion WhatsApp. I just want to say about that, there's a lot of nasty people on WhatsApp. And if there's a leak from that WhatsApp to another WhatsApp group, and people get a hold of the messages in that WhatsApp group, you're going to have a lot of people harassing those converts online. And I feel like Rabbi Usher just lets some people into that WhatsApp group that are just not safe for those converts. You already had Yochanan Avraham producing a YouTube video with the converts' personal information, bashing them on YouTube. And then one of the rabbis from his WhatsApp group sits there and defends Yochanan's video that was bashing the converts. I mean, are you for real? You're making a community for these converts. You're supposed to protect your community, and you're sitting there sticking up for a video that's bashing these converts. I mean, really, how is that a community? You're supposed to defend your community, and you're sticking up for a video on YouTube with the private information from that WhatsApp group. This is supposed to be a private group that's bashing your own converts. How is that okay? How is that okay? I mean, I just don't get it, and I left that group, and I was a great contributor. And then Rabbi Usher turns it around and is like something like he threw me out of the group. Like it's just so much drama with these folks. Folks, you don't need it. If you're trying to convert, you don't need the drama. You don't need the headache. You don't need the people that are in his Zooms who are complete troublemakers and have given a lot of converts problems about their conversions. You don't need to get involved with people like that. You really need to get involved with legit rabbis who aren't involved with social media mishigas, WhatsApp mishigas. You don't want to get involved with problematic people. You want a smooth transition to Judaism. You don't want somebody who just wants to be a YouTube star. You want to get involved with legit people. And this is not a legit thing. This is just some guy who wants to become a superstar of proselytizing Judaism. And he wants to hang out with people who burn Qurans. This is not a good situation, folks. Stay away from it.